Hey, it's Cosmic Charles, and I'm back with another video. So it's been a while, oh, excuse me, since I've done Ruby Storm, um, which is the deck we're doing today. Now, a while back, I think right after High Tide was banned, I played this deck in a league, and the very first match I paired to someone who's is quite the character. I really enjoyed the comment section, the comment. He was waxing poetic about the deck and the about the deck being like High Tide was banned. You're playing the most High Tide thing possible. It was really funny. And then at the end, he's like, "I dubbed thee the Red Tide," and I'm like, "Oh, that's actually a really good name for this deck." So I think I'm gonna start calling this deck the Red Tide moving forward. I like that. If you're listening, opponent who did that, drop a comment in the section so we know who to give credit to for the pretty cool name. Anyway, this is Ruby Storm. I haven't really like pretty much like when I started working on with this deck with Kali Kai's, like we worked on it together, and it's like a nascent phases. I haven't really changed this deck all that much from its first phase. Like even with Laughing Mad, I had Desperate Ravings previously, which is a very similar card, although it's has random discard. It's a loot with random discard rather than a rummage, and it's also like costs one less. But the flashback's blue, and that would often cause problems. And so with the random discard sometimes, even though like the odds of me discarding were very very low when you had like 7+ cards in hand. But anyway, I digress. What are the changes I've made? Well, I decided that just get the old bordered land. I really like this mountain. This was the mountain that I ran in my old burn decks that I used to play, which I absolutely used to love playing burn, but that was back when burn was a very, very different deck and didn't rely on like, cheese like pingers or Kadoltha rebirth, like no stuff like that. Just what's that card like? What was that like 20 lands 20 bolts something like that. Now that's magic. There's a magic card called Old Fogey, and that was a flavor text. Anyway, I'm rambling already, but so here are the changes that I've made to this most recent update. I've decided to cut the Faithless Looting and bring in a second Nightscape Familiar, and that's because I was always cutting the Faithless Looting post board pretty much, and like you don't actually, this card draw is sufficient for drawing through your entire deck. And that's because both Laughing Mad and Electric Revelation can be draw fours. And yeah, so you can already draw over 60 with the total number of card draw you have. I believe it's 62. So you should be fine. And that's not counting draw steps. What else am I doing? That's right. I also added a Conjurer's Bauble here for Fairy Macabre when there's also like a Weather the Storm in the deck, because Seize the Storm is the best way of beating Fairy Macabre, but if they have Weather or Fog effects, then you'll need to go into your 3 stream. You run 3 stream because this 3rd stream is like protection against Grave Hate. 4 streams is just too much. So yeah, and then we have these Conjure Bubble, Siege Smash, and Dispel for other ways to protect the Graveyard Loop combo. And you can actually like loop back your protection spells to beat multiple copies of Grave Hate, so long as you don't have an initial Stream of Thought in the yard. I was trying to run instant speed for protection for Fairy Macabre. Now the Conjurer's Bauble activation is instant speed, but the bauble itself is not, which means you can't like chain into it in response to a Fairy Macabre. But Reclaim is just so bad. I don't want to put a Stream of Thought on top of my library. I'd much rather it be on the bottom. And it also withdraws a card, which is huge because it means that you are in a position where you have to discard the Reclaim in order to keep going. Sorry. I think that's it for the changes. Pretty mild. But the other reason why we went up to a second Nightscape Familiar is while this I've actually had a lot more turn 2 since I'm going up to 10 fams, because that is usually the most common pigeonhole is not finding your familiars. But the real reason is this really helps you play through like removal decks. I did this after I played 4 leagues, and 10 of the matches on those 4 leagues were UB Fae. Actually, it was 9. 9 were UB Fae. One was I don't remember, some other type of blue deck, but it was like blue-red, I think. It could have been Jeskai Wildfire as well, which is actually, I think I'm actually positive against it, like, overall. But you run, I was like, snuff out, this, that. They kept holding up all their removal, and like, I was trying to do a board where like I would go like, okay, cut 2 familiars, cut your, yeah, 2 familiars, write a play, and that brings you up to 6, and then you could cut like 2 stream, and then you would bring in 5 Pyroblast, 4 Pyro, 1 Red Blast, 3 Apostle's Blessing. But that was just, I don't know, that actually might be better than what I'm currently doing. I'll have to try it out. But right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to focus just on the Pyroblast, Red Blast thing, and then use your additional FAMs in order to stay alive to play through it. And Nightscape Familiar is really good to snuff out. This also helps against Krauk Clan Shaman, because Krauk can, like, they can respond to your protection, so protection isn't very good against a Krauk. So what you do is you just chain off in response to their Krauk, hopefully adding mana, drawing more FAMs, and then once they wipe the board, you replay your FAMs and continue going off. That is how I tend to try and beat Krauk Clan Shaman. Anyway, I think that about covers it. Yeah, I really like playing this deck. I find it to be very relaxing. You don't have, like, it has been so long since I played, like, aggro mid-range. It's just very, very difficult. Ooh, that's the wrong deck. Okay, change this into, where are we? There we go. That was a close one. All right, there we go. And cancel. Let's take a look-see-doodle at what's going on here. We're all good. All right, that's everything. So we can go here. 10 event tickets, please. Join. There we go. I've been, yeah, anyway. So we're going to play a league match. We're hoping to do pretty well today. It's been a hot minute since I've tried recording this. Actually, I don't think I've ever tried. Yeah, I haven't actually tried recording a live Ruby Storm video since before I stopped trying to record a live Ruby Storm video because I found the commenting to be difficult. We're trying again today, so hopefully my commenting won't cause me to make too many mistakes. And oh, there we go. And we're also hoping not to run into any matchups where I need to go all stream, because that can take a while. Okay, we're against Alt Art. Okay, yes, I would like to play first. Yes, I will keep. Not the greatest hand, but it's solid. I have double glimpse here, so I could try and use it to spike into a red source of mana, like a red land. I already have a Famine hand, so I'm not overly concerned. Okay, this is a good matchup. That's good to see. Manamorphose would probably be our best draw off the top. I doubt I would go for it because I simply don't need to yet. Is that it's a piece of Titania, or Tatiana? No, it's hard because Tatiana is the name of the, that's a good draw. Tatiana is the name of the Elvish, or the fairy queen or whatever, so I get confused. So because we drew this, I'm tempted to go Electric Revelation, discarding Electric Revelation here. I think that's right. It does save mana. It just puts me down on cards in hand that I would want to discard to this Pirate's Pillage, but I think it's still right here. So our opponent's going to go off a little bit. We're going to try and kill them next turn, and I love having 10 FAMs. It just really, like, if this was a Faithless Looting, I would have had to already cast a Faithless Looting at this point. Maybe that would be good or whatever, but yeah, it just, it helps, because like that, I was noticing also a lot while I was playing that was the biggest pigeonhole. We're actually a FAM hungrier deck. Okay, so not the best Revelation, unfortunately, but we did draw more things to discard. Okay, so now we're going to sack all of our lands because we're dead if we don't. Boom, 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 and boom. We're going to use the white to go Nightscape Familiar. Going white, and there we go. Oh, black, white. And I guess we'll go Seething Song, leaving open 2 green. And I will use one of the green here. Yeah, I'll use one of the green here. No, I'll use 2 red just in case I hit double fam. We hit 1 fam, which is good. This, that. Goblin and Archomancer. Glimpse the Impossible. There's the other fam. So we're off to the races now. And big score, discarding Pirates, Hickory, Woodlot. Now it's really important to keep track of whether we need mana or card draw on the spot. That was a very good one. So we're going to Laughing Mad away this Rite of Flame. And then we're going to cast the Rite of Flame from hand. Or, never mind, we're also going to discard this Rite of Flame as well. Alright, we're going to go red here off this Manamorphose. Red and red. Yeah, we'll still... Yeah, we'll pitch one. Alright. And we will not pitch the other ones. Alright, Rite of Flame. Oh, I meant to... I always do this. I should have streamed myself first in case I built into more Rite of Flames. The odds are low. The odds are low that I will. But anyway, it's worth streaming now because we have a fair bit of mana. Cast, target myself. And I guess I shouldn't really have discarded that other one. We still have 3 Seething Song in the deck. I'm going to bring in 1 more. I think we have enough card draw that it's not really an issue. Glimpse, and big score. Or you know what? 3 Seething Song, 1 Rite of Flame. That's 4 over 30. How many mana more? I guess I can leave 1 Seething Song back. I'll probably draw into another. I'll just bring back another big score to make sure I don't fizzle the card draw. And big scores also are also rituals. Actually, you know what? I have so much card draw in the graveyard. Do I really need to do that? I'm going to bring in a Seething Song. Okay. I don't want to lose to mana. That might be wrong, though. But I just have, I also have a Laughing Mad, so I mean... Did I mill over that Laughing Mad? I don't remember that one. Okay, Electric Revelation, discard that. Laughing Mad, discard this. There's a Seething Song. Seething Song. So now we're just looking for the Bitter Reunion. We'll go Pirate's Pillage, discard an Archomancer. We'll go Big Score, discard Sandstone Needle. Glimpse. And as you can see, we're just shuffling all our glimpses back in. It's one of the reasons why I don't run Burning Inquiry, whatever it's called, because we can just always have multiple Glimpse the Impossibles and such. All right, and let's go red here again. So we've won. I don't see any way we fizzle here. Oh, 1 second. I can't talk right now. I can't talk. Okay, sorry. 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm in a different location right now, so I'm for this thing called practicum, and so I'm staying at my mom's place while I do so to save some money, and yeah. Anyway, I'm surprised that whatever. Okay, Glimpse, and there's my other Rite of Flame. Still looking for our. Here we go. Discard this. We will hit it eventually. We don't need to worry about going down on to... Yeah, we have 12 cards in hand, so we can draw our whole deck at this point. So we have 1. Big Score, discard Electric Revelation. Trying to get rid of cards in hand to make our thing much bigger. Big Score, discard Laughing Mad. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Okay, Bitter Reunion. No response. We're going to discard this Electric Revelation. Okay, now we can go Seething Song. We'll cast this Nightscape Familiar from exile. We'll go Seize the Storm. Seize the Storm. I guess our opponent's conceding. Yeah, they're conceding, right? This has to be yeah, there we go. Okay, begin sideboarding. I mean, they could have conceded when I had 12 cards in library, but they didn't know what I had. But if you suspect that I can draw my whole deck, you can concede. We don't board in this matchup. There's no real reason to. I used to bring and stream it, go to the 3 stream, because I was worried about whether the Storm or Fogs, but I'm 99% positive that Elves players don't run those cards. So I just don't. So I don't bother. They could run Fairy Macaw, but what's it called beats that pretty well. So this is an interesting one. So this is an interesting one. We don't have any red mana. So we have 3 mountains for the untap and 4 Manamorphose for the untap. I should probably mulligan this because we're on the play. But if I do draw a red source, this is a turn 4, which is also kind of slow, but I really, really don't like mulliganing when I have like hands that are keepable. I'm going to keep it. We're on the draw, so we have a good shot of hitting our red source. It is slow, though. This is a turn 4, I'd have to guess. That is not a red source. Manamorphose would be a good draw. Obviously, a mountain would be a good draw. Lots of good draws. 7 isn't really that great, but if you include the 8 other tapped red sources, it puts us up to 15 red sources, which means we're pretty likely to hit. The question is, will we hit the red source in time? Okay, making me sweat here. Maybe was right to mulligan. I just really don't like mulliganing. Okay, our opponent goes Timberwatch Elf. So we might be dead next turn. We need to hit a red source. This was a mulligan. This was not a keep. Right, I should have mulliganed. But we'll see if we're dead. We might not be. We might get a second turn here. Uh-oh. Yeah, we never hit the red source. Obviously. Boy. Yeah, so this was a mulligan. Don't know why I wanted to keep it. Well, because I just really don't like mulliganing with this deck. But I think we should be fine game 3. Well, that's why I kept it, because I was thinking, oh, we can always go to game 3, but that's really bad, like, playing. You shouldn't be like, oh, I'm already up a game, I can afford to lose a game. That's not, like, that's not good play. Okay, and we don't have a familiar either, so we're just completely missing everything. I'd be more sympathetic of my keep if I had a familiar in this hand, but I don't. I was missing both red and familiar. That's 2 things. There's no way I should have kept this. That was a mistake. So what's this? Well, there's the Manamorphose. So can we get there? Okay, so if we hit a familiar, there's a shot. We're going to go red-red. Or should I go red-black for that reason? This is one of the reasons why I stopped running. I'll go red-black. Nope. Okay, we'll go Rite of Flame. Big score. We're going to use the black. And we're going to pitch the Electric Revelation. Yeah, okay, we can concede here. Alright. Should not have kept that one. If I had a familiar, though, in hand, that actually would have been I may have been able to get there, but I did not have a fam in hand. So we're going to move on to game 3 and have better keeps this time. Well, hopefully better keeps this time. Of course, you can always like not get keepable hands or whatever. You're a 16 land card deck. You're a crazy deck. Yeah, so that was a mulligan. Should have mulliganed. Not being disciplined there. I had lack of the discipline. All right, yes, I'd like to play first. Much better. Keep. So we're going to go Sandstone Needle into Geothermal Crevice. We have the familiar in hand. We're a little low on powerful card draw effects. This Laughing Mad isn't very good when you only have 1 fam, so our opponent's mulliganing down to 5. I wonder if they run Mesmeric Fiend. I've seen them do that before, and that has got me before. Yeah, anyway, we'll lead them the Sandstone Needle. Then we'll go Geothermal Crevice, and we're going to try for a turn, not a turn 3 probably, but we're probably going to try for a turn 4 here. We're going to untap on our next turn. We're going to discard likely the Rite of Flame because we have the Seething Song. And card draw is important. So you're going to go lead the Stampede here. So we're going to have, we may even be able to wait till turn 5. Because they mulligan to 5. Giving us time. There's a Mass Vandal that I don't care about. That was nice. So well, actually I don't need to main phase this, do I? I don't need to main phase this. So I don't see any blue mana there. We'll just play this Tinder Farm. We drew the land, so we didn't need to main phase that. Tinder Farm being better than Mountain in this situation, because I only needed 3 mana. There's a piece of Titania. And there's Quirion Ranger. So because of the Quirion Ranger piece of Titania thing, I should probably go for it. There's also an argument for me, well, actually there's no real good argument for me sacrificing this Crevice to play the Thornscape Familiar, because I would lose some mana. because I sacked the crevice. So instead, we're just going to go Laughing Mad, discard this Rite of Flame, because I feel like card draw is going to be the choke point this time. There we go. Next turn. And we're going to try and go for it. And the nice thing about going for it now is that if I do end up fizzling, like at least I will have gone through my deck a bit. Now I know you're thinking, why are you sacrificing all your lands if you're concerned about fizzling? I have 2 Pirates Villages right now. I should be able to recover if I end up not fizzling. So we're gonna go red-green here. Red, and I could have gone green-green, but I feel like that's, there we go. Nightscape Familiar, right on time. Wait, what's that? How does that song go? It's only about right on time. Oh well. Seething Song. And Pirates Pillage, we're going to use this green mana because we can get it back here. Discarding the Hickory Woodlot. Pirates Pillage. Discarding the Mountain. Alright, Electric Revelation. Discard Geothermal Crevice. I'm not flashing it back yet because I have like multiple things in hand that I can discard. And I'd rather save my mana. Okay, Rite of Flame. We're going to go Manamorphose. You could have held that Rite of Flame to try and get more in the graveyard before casting it, but go red, and oh, it looks like your opponent's conceding. Yeah, they conceded. Okay, well that's nice. That was nice of them. All right, on to game match 2. Okay, so that was nice. So like you can see what I mean by like for this deck we are fam hungrier than the Kalikai's builds, because he runs the 2 mana draw spells, whereas we don't. But you still need to hit like 2 to 3 fams, even with the Kalikai's build eventually, because you run your Pirates Pillages and such like that. You need to be able to reduce those things. Although, to be fair, I suppose you could do it on 1. I've won on 1 with this deck too, but that was like really strange. Yeah, so that's why I'm running 10 fams. Like this much card draw is sufficient for drawing the deck, so you might as well go with what your biggest fail point was, which was not seeing your fam. So here is interesting. I have triple fams, and this is what kind of the weakness of running 10 fams is you can always be fam flooded. I have a Stream of Thought, so this is already kind of a mulligan, and I only have 1 land. But if I draw another land, this hand is incredible. Jazz Police might be a control player, and then this hand would not be very good. I don't know if I should keep this or not. I will keep it. My hope is that they're on a non-interactive deck, and then I can cycle this Manamorphose. If they are an interactive deck like Burn or Blue, this is a horrible keep again. But with triple fam already in hand in a Pirate's Pillage, like, we don't have that much mana, we don't have that much card draw, we do have a lot of lands, so we're missing on, like, a bunch of different points, so I probably should have talked myself into mulliganing this hand. I'm just hoping to get lucky and draw a land off the top, because I didn't want a mulligan. But I probably should have, if I'm being honest. Okay, good, so it all worked out right. There was another non-interactive deck. I called it! Nice! And we get that. Never punished, always doing good things. So we're going to go black-green here. Or should we go green-red, just in case we draw on an Archomancer? We're going to go black-green, because if we don't draw on an Archomancer, I would much rather black and green. I would much rather do the other thing. Okay, so Nightscape Familiar. Play Mountain. Okay, so we are going to need to sacrifice, so we can go off next turn, because we can go big score into Thornscape. Oh, wait, no, we can't. We can go the turn after next turn. Okay. Such a risky keep. If this was like an interactive deck, we would have been in trouble. We still kind of are, actually. And I would rather play the Nightscape over the Thornscape because we can draw into an Archomancer and reduce this. There's their Timberwatch Elf. I don't think they can kill me next turn. So we're just going to go Pirate's Pillage. We're going to discard this Nightscape Familiar. Okay, discard. Hope to hit some form of mana, like a Manamorphose or something. Uh-oh. So if we do that next turn, that's 2. So we are in trouble here. I can sacrifice both of these to put down an Archomancer, but I don't like that. We're just going to pass the turn, take some damage. Hope to hit a ritual effect. So we've seen how many Manamorphose? 1. Manamorphose would be our best draw, so would Rite of Flame, because we are currently 1 shy. We need 4 mana in order to start chaining. Right now we only have 3 mana, so a mountain would also work. So we have 2 mountains, 3, 5... Oh no, I forgot about the Mass Vandal. Oh no. I should have cast it. Oh man. That's what I get for not paying attention. So now we're in trouble. Manamorphose is like our only out. Shame. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. Chain of Fools. So there I should have cast my one of my fams. That was wrong. They're gonna pump their thing up to a 9, I believe, and then that's fine too. We're probably losing this game, even though I got lucky. Manamorphose would save us. Rite of Flame no longer saves us. Let's see. So yeah, we would have been fine had I played better. Oh well. Damn. Yeah, we would have got there because we would have had that would have worked. That sucks. That would have worked. We're still not out of it yet. I mean, we're still not like that. Oh, well, never mind. Our deck can just have our backs. Okay, so Rite of Flame. So it doesn't matter. Play poorly, still win. Well, we don't know if we've won yet. All right, Goblin and Archmancer. This should have been done down the previous turn. Big score. Discard Stream of Thought. Uh-oh. We'll go Glimpse. Now, this Glimpse lets us block and survive, provided that they don't have something else. And we're just we have 2 blockers. We need to block, they can swing with 1, 2, 3. So we need all of these in order to block and stay alive, right? Probably. So what we're going to do, we're going to play this Crevice, because we do need more lands. And we'll just put 3 of these things into the battlefield, and then flash back our Laughing Mad, discarding this Electric Revelation. Really bad. We probably, being denied that mana was problematic, and we knew they had the Mass Vandal as well. So that was very poor play on my part that previous turn, because we could have gone off there if we had the Necromancer down already. Yeah, my bad. That was my bad there. All right. So they have 3 creatures they can attack with. Now the question, okay, I don't care about that. All right. Chain of Fools. So what is this? Come on, what is this? What are you doing here? That's how you do it. Oh, they might get our treasure token here. I'm not going to sacrifice it. Okay, what are we doing? Get your guitar. What are they doing here? What are they doing? So as you can see, one of the things I really like about this deck is that those very little minute things, like the minutia, are like hugely impactful. It's similar to Cycle Storm in that response. Okay, so this is a Trample or Ample. So how much damage is that? That's 10, that's 11. So I need to block and not sack. Okay, declare blockers. Block. So that's 11, right? That is 11. I'm not making any mistakes. That's 6 plus 5 is 11. So I'll be down to 1. Might as well put more on it. I'm just going to play this. These things aren't really actually doing anything anymore, because I'm just going to sack this for a green. Oh, wait. No, never mind, because I might not want to sack this for a green, because I only have 3 red mana. Just 1. This, I should be at 1, right? And I don't know why I'm thinking so hard about this. That is 11. I know, I'm almost positive I passed grade 2 math. I should be at 1, right? This puts me to 12. That is 11. Okie doke. I'm surprised we didn't swing with other things. All right, let's see if I pass grade 2 math. Might not have. It was a long time ago. Combat damage. Okay, they don't double pump for whatever reason. Strange. Oh, maybe because they already untapped? I'm not paying attention, am I? All right, next turn. So the reason why I left some of these spawns back here is because I don't necessarily want to cast this Thornscape right away. I want to continue trying things. I might actually need this mountain, but if I discard this, so that's 2 red sources. I've seen 2 Rite of Flame. The thing is, I really don't want to run out of card draw. This mountain does give us another look. I suppose I'll discard the Thornscape, actually. I already have a lot of FAMs in the graveyard at this point. I'm going to discard the mountain. Hope to hit more mana. We have yet to see a Seething Song. There we go. No problems. There's no point in me sacrificing this Geothermal Crevice now because we drew in 2 mana. Okay, so we go red-green. Sometimes your deck just wants you to win. And sometimes your deck just wants you to lose. And there's like very little you can do unless you have Stream of Thought in your deck, in which case you can force it to behave. Alright, Electric Revelation, discard Goblin and Archomancer. Hopefully we don't flood out here. Electric Revelation, discarding this. We're going to try and use both halves of a Revelation. Oh. So now we have a tricky thing. Do I want to discard this Stream of Thought? Or do I want to discard this Glimpse? It's between those things. We have 32 cards in library. We still have a lot of card draw left, except for that. Because we could stream ourselves and hope to hit more of these. Because we're going to have to discard something anyway. I'm going to go Glimpse and hope to hit a Manamorphose. No such luck, eh? Well, actually, I hit a Laughing Mad. So that also works. So Rite of Flame. Laughing Mad. Discard Electric Revelation. Okay. Now we can stream ourselves. We have about 4 mana floating. That should be enough. And we're going to put in some mana and some card draw. Oh, that was a really good mill. Just see 1, 2, 3 non-card draw spells. That was really good. So we're going to bring in Stream of Thought. How many Seething Songs do we have left? 3. So now the option is we can bring in 3 big scores to have just card draw and mana, or we can go Glimpse, Glimpse, and Glimpse, which is what I'm doing, because we still have 1 Rite of Flame and 3 Seething Songs. That's 4 plus how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 of those. So 1, 2. So that means we have a bunch, I think. Okay. I'm more concerned about fizzling to card draw than I am to mana, which might be wrong. Okay. Glimpse the Impossible. Seething Song. I don't think they have instant speed, enchantment, destruction. Okay, always yield. Discard Electric Revelation. Electric Revelation, discard Geothermal Crevice. There's a Stream of Thought that I don't really want to cast at the moment. I could mill into my thing. Oh, they're going to try and pump their dude big enough to... That's not going to work. All right, so... Well, it does stop me from attempting to stream into my thing. I'm actually going to stream myself again here. All right, blue. Actually, should I stream myself or should I stream them? I'll stream myself. So I am going to still stream myself, but if yeah, very good stream. Look at that. 4 duds and a Laughing Mad. That was better than a Glimpse the Impossible. And this is why I really like Stream of Thought. Glimpse. We'll bring in 1 Seething Song. Why not? Seething Song. And where's my other Glimpse? I guess they're all in there. Big score. Okay. Okie doke. Laughing Mad. Look at that. Look at that. Look at them yo-yos. That's how you do it. All right. Now then, Glimpse the Impossible. Seething Song. And Glimpse. Oh, wait, we have... Sure, I'll just Glimpse. Why not? All right. And how big is this? All right. Seething Song. I suppose I should make it pretty big because... I don't know how big they can make their elves. I don't really want to do the math, so it's just kind of faster to just do it this way. Electric Revelation, discard Electric Revelation. Big score, discard Glimpse. And I guess we can just go Seize the Storm now. Seize the Storm. I'll play with the spawn. And where's my other Seize the Storm? There it is. Seize the Storm. 1, 2, 3. It's a 28 something big creature. Yeah, okay. And now we give everything haste. And we swing with everything. Okay, their opponent's conceding. So despite my horrendous plays, we did manage to win game 1. Okay, now we're on to game 2. Okay. Jazz police. I wonder what... I've heard that expression before. What was that? I forget what it means. But on the topic of music, I discovered this. I stumbled across this really good album while I was on Spotify a couple of days ago. It's called "The Spirit of the Golden Juice" by John McMahon. I love it. Absolutely love it. So if you're into blues, I recommend it. It's not full blues. It's more like it leans. It's hard to say. Like it's definitely it's like bluesy classic rock. It's hard to it was recommended to me after I was listening to some Okie by J.J. Cale, that album, because I absolutely love the song Cajun Moon. It's really good, a really good song. Yeah. Although lately I've been getting back into post, what is that? Post punk? What's that song called? Typo Negative and Sisters of Mercy. Now then, this is okay. We have the fam, which is why I kept it. We do have no way of casting it right now, but we do have good mana. We have a little bit of card draw, not that much. We have tons of mana though. So Sandstone Needle, and we're gonna go Tinder Farm. We need best draw would likely be Geothermal Crevice. Metamorphosis would be okay. Well, and if not, Geothermal Crevice, a big score, or Buyer's Pose would be good because we can do that. Actually, the next turn, depending on what they do here, we might be forced to go double Rite of Flame, discard Tinder Farm. We might be forced to do that, and then if we do that, we can just cast the Nightscape Familiar using one of the treasure tokens and one of the floating red mana. Depends on what they do here. And of course, this deck can run interaction. I believe they have negates and such, but it's not that likely for them to get it because they only have so many ways of making non-green mana. All right, so they're not going to kill us next turn. All right, so this means we can actually go Mountain, Rite of Flame, and discard this Tinder Farm. This is better to do this now because I don't know. We don't have a big score. Oh my god. I just assumed we had a big score. Oh my god. That was dumb of me. Sorry about that, everyone. I just thought my deck gave me what I wanted. That was really bad. Okay. Well, there's our big score. The next card. I knew it. It's fine. We have tons of mana, so we should still be able to go off. But that was really bad. That's how you do it. I don't know what's going on with me this morning. I'm going to have to take a break after this matchup and try and pull myself together. We're going to go Rite of Flame, making 4 mana, big score, Nightscape Familiar, Seething Song, Glimpse. But... So I've played this deck so much that I have a pulse on it. And you saw how close that big score was at the top. I was very close to being right. I just assumed we drew it. I also have played it in various altered states. So to make myself better at playing it while commenting or during... Oh, that doesn't make as much mana as I thought it would. All right, we'll still sacrifice this. We'll go this, 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 and this. And we'll discard this Geothermal Crevice. We'll play this here. And I was really hoping to... we'll play that there. And I was really hoping for something. I don't know. I'm not playing well this match in particular. The Jazz police have got my number. They're coming to arrest me. There we go. That was such a bad play. If I can win through this and for this next misplay, that is that last misplay. I do not deserve to win this game at all. So they can go pump something by 12. Let's see. Let's see what they do, because I've just been playing like a drunken sailor. Don't know why. Okay. And what's going on here? Oh, I think I do know why. I'm kind of half focused here. I guess a third focus. So how much damage is this? What? Removal? That's illegal. So I should not have played the Nightscape Familiar. That was a mistake. I did not think they had removal. I should have held it for next turn. Anyway, we're going to go to the next game because I just played this. Oh, I mean, I don't have to. All right, so we're going to go Seething Song here. Glimpse the Impossible. And this is one of the reasons why I stopped trying to record this deck live. I'm really bad at recording this deck live. All right, concede the game. Move on to game 3. Should have won that. A half competent player would have won that because we had it. We just took all the bad options. But yeah, play poorly and lose, right? Hopefully we don't get got with a bad hand here. This is one of the problems about playing poorly is that let's say it's game 3, and I draw poorly. That hand was more than capable of winning had I not wasted my played that mountain because I thought I had big score in hand for that turn. Man, I'm playing horribly today. I'm not thinking clearly. I just assumed I had the big score in hand. Okay, so this is better. We'll keep this. We have the Manamorphose to go turn 3 big score. We know about Monstrous Emergence. And, yeah. Removal in an Elves deck. Where is the solidarity? Come on, we're both creature decks. And you're here bringing in removal? Like some type of degenerate? Like a degenerate control player? Next, you're going to start pausing for a minute every time I cast something. That's a joke. No hard feelings. All right, they go Timber Rod Shelf. I'm not concerned. We could just go for it right now, but I feel no need to do so. So instead, we're just going to go Manamorphose. We're going to go red. They're not going to be able to kill us from a Finhard Delves and a Timber Watch Shelf. Red. Now, you could go for it and the thought of being oh, well, I'll dig further. But they showed us Monstrous Emergence, which is a sorcery speed spell. I do not want to expose my Goblin and Archimancer. We're going to discard this Rite of Flame and probably play this Crevice. Yeah, we'll play this Crevice. And we're well set up to go off next turn. I don't really care if they kill our treasure token. One treasure token, I'd care a little. Well, actually, I don't care if they kill both our treasure tokens, to be honest. I don't think they'd be able to, because we have the ability to play through it. And the good news is, I'm playing poorly now, so you can see what not to do if you play this deck. So that's an advantage of that as well. I play poorly, so you don't have to. Oh boy, how much damage is this? It's not 20. That's most it could be would be 15 if they play one more elf. Okay, so they don't have another elf in hand. Okay, there we go. I guess 16. I wonder if they have other ways of pumping. Perhaps I am dead here. Well, they don't have colored mana. And yeah, and I highly doubt they play something like Temur Battle Rage. Okay, so our opponent is tapped out. Well, they have one green open. I don't know what you're going to do with that. Sack. I'm going to use the treasure token to make a room. I do rub blue. I have double Seething Song. I don't need to sacrifice this Geothermal Crevice. All right, Goblin and Archimancer. Manamorphose going red. Red and red. Goblin and Archimancer. Seething Song. And Glimpse the Impossible. Seething Song. Glimpse the Impossible. Manamorphose. We're going to go red here again. Red and red. Electric Revelation. Discard Geothermal Crevice. We have a lot of mana, so I might flash. Okay. No need. Thornscape Familiar. Electric Revelation. Yeah, I've also noticed that with the 10th Familiar, I'm seeing a much better Familiar consistency, which doesn't really make that much sense because I was running 9 before, and there is about a 7% difference, but like it is significant for the second familiar actually, not really significant for the third or the first. All right, mill myself. Let's put some good cards back in the deck. Oh, we have to put back this Bitter Reunion. We need to put back. I'd like to put back this Glimpse, and this Glimpse, and one Seething Song. All right, there we go. Okie doke. I put back another Seething Song because I have I don't know. I didn't have to. I just feel like I have a pretty decent number of card draw left, so I don't have to worry too much. All right, so it looks like they're pretty much dead here. All right, Bitter Reunion. Okay, always yield. I should have probably held that in case they had instant speed 1 mana enchantment removal, but I know they don't run that, so why bother? I could mill myself again, but I have the Bitter Reunion plus the big score, not big score, Seize the Storm, so we're not going to. All right, Laughing Mad, we're going to discard this Stream. No, Electric Revelation, there's no need. All right, then we go Seething Song. I don't know if opponent's not dead yet. We're just going to like draw our deck and then kill them. Discard the Rite of Flame. There's no need to stream ourselves, so I'm not going to bother. Discard the Electric Revelation. I'm just trying to put more instant sources in my graveyard so that I can kill them faster. Seething Song. Glimpse. Hopefully our opponent's counting how much I have in my graveyard so that they can concede for me. Discard. Oh wait, let's make some. Let's make some treasure tokens here. Discard the Laughing Mad. Big score. Let's discard this Rite of Flame. We don't need it. Okay. And then we can go Manamorphose. Red, red. 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 Oh, play green for... No need to play this Electric Revelation because it's an exile, so that's already counted. Black for the Nightscape Familiar. And I believe I have enough to kill my opponent now. If they have something crazy, I can also try and stream loop them. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. Seize the Storm. Seize the Storm. And that's also... Oh, opponent says GG's. Say GG's, cool username. All right. If it lets me. Come on now. Come on now. That's how you do it. Come on, please. Please let me respond. Well, GG's opponent couldn't... There we go. GG's cool username. Oh, well. Okay, return to details. All right, now then. 2-0 against 2 good matchups. That's pretty expected. I got to take a quick break to do a few things. And we will finish this a little later. Okay. Okie doke. Let's see if we can't get paired for match 3. Okay, here we go. Okay, we are so far 2-1. Both of our losses are based on poor plays on my part. One was me keeping a hand I should not have kept because it was -2 cards for it to be good. Had I had a FAM in hand, that would have been a keep, a FAM or a red source of mana, but I was missing both a FAM and a red source of mana, so not a keep for match 1, game 2, and for game 2, well, game 1 and game 2, match 2, I played very, very poorly, but fortunately, game 1, our deck was like, you know what, take a load off. We'll take the wheel on this one, so that was lucky. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully... Anyway, I find this deck very relaxing to play. And also exciting to play. Like, the thing about playing mid-range is you have to worry more about what your opponent's doing. And it's just... I just want to do what the deck wants to do. You know? Which is why I prefer, like, mid-range control. Because that's actually more interested in what your opponent's doing. Whereas okay, so Leo Cano. You cannot keep this. It's close, though. But I'm going to mulligan. All right, so we need to hit a fam. We have 10 in the deck. So we have pretty decent odds. Now, I'm going to put the Seize the Storm on the bottom. We have Stream of Thought to shuffle the deck, to put that in a little earlier. Not in our hand, obviously, but don't have to worry too much about it being at the bottom. And also, you can just draw your whole deck without Stream. You don't really need it. We're going to lead on the Hickory Woodlock, because I don't really want to expose my Bitter Reunion to removal at this point. Uh-oh. So this might be a problem, because we mulliganed, so we might be in a bit of trouble. If they make us discard, we're going to need to discard this Bitter Reunion. We can shuffle it back in with our... Oh, it's Cycle Storm. So we're going to try and go off turn 3 here. I was not expecting Cycle Storm. Another good matchup. All right, next. So we're going to go for it now. We're going to go Manamorphose. We're going to add, so red, that, and we're going to go, I guess, black-red here. Black, red. Again, Nightscape Familiar being clutch. Now, I can't afford to cast this Rite of Flame to preserve my green mana. Yeah, I can't afford to do that. So we're going to need to hope to hit another Manamorphose or a big score or something to filter. I mean, I guess I could afford to do it, but it would mean I might need to discard this... it would mean that I might need to discard this... one of my Seething Songs. But I would like to preserve this green mana. Man, this is difficult. So if I go Rite of Flame here, I would need to discard one of these Seething Songs, which would be minus a bunch of mana. But I think I want this green mana floating, because I think that will translate in the long run. So I might need to discard one of these Seething Songs here, like my second Seething Song, but that's okay. Red, red, Glimpse. Okay. I'm going to have to discard this Bitter Reunion now. I need this Seething Song. So the Bitter Reunion is what I'm going to discard. Red, red. Because we hit some good amount of card draw here. We can always shuffle this Bitter Reunion back into the deck. It's not a big deal. Glimpse. There's our Thornscape Familiar. And as you can see, I did not have any filtering coming up. So it's a good thing I used that, that Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. And now we can go Electric Revelation. Discard Bitter Reunion. And we can go Laughing Mad. Discard Mountain. Now we can go... I'm going to use a Pirate's Pillage from hand here to discard this Geothermal Crevice, because it's free and I want to see if I can get another cost reducer. I can't. We're going to use this Laughing Mad to discard the Sandstone Needle, because mana seems to be my problem here. There we go. Fortunately, I actually can't do anything here, because if I play my thing... Alright, so I could go... I guess my only option right now is to actually flash back one of these and hope to hit another Rite of Flame or a Seething Song. So it's not very likely. So we'll go Electric Revelation here. We're going to discard this Anarchomancer and hope that we're not dead. Okay, yeah. So we're going to discard... And we can also go big score on their end step. But yeah, we ended up running out of mana here. They are forced to go for it on their turn 3, right? So they might be able to get us here. Let's see. I'm going to yield until next end step. I don't think they run things. Yeah, they're going to go for it here. Let's see if they can kill us on their turn 3. They might be able to. Right now they only have 3 creatures in the graveyard, so it's not like the best. Oh wow, that was really bad for them. But they're just kind of forced to do this. And also, I don't actually need to cast this big score on the end step. Because both of those oh yeah, no, they're not going to be able to kill us this turn. There's like basically no way. I think we're going to see a concession incoming. That's a value reaping if I've ever seen one. So I guess they're trying to hit another dark ritual in order to like do some things. Yeah, they were not ready to go off on turn 3. So we're going to get them on turn 4, I believe. We have they hit the dark ritual, so maybe there's a shot. Okay, they cycle that. Now they have threshold for their Cabal ritual, so they might actually be able to get there now. But they would need to hit, but it's still not all that likely because they've already used a Songs of the Dam and one Reaping, so they'll need to. Okay, there's another Reaping. That's their second Reaping. So now they need to hit another, but they don't have that many creatures, right? Yeah, 1, 2, yeah, 3. Yeah, so still not all that likely, but possible. It's possible. Drain of Healer. There's the Songs of the Dam that they needed. But now they've used 2 Songs of the Dam, 2 Reaping, so they need to hit their third song and their third Reaping now. They've used a lot of their mana already. There's a Street Wraith. That was really good. That was good. So do they have another songs? Looks like they don't. Yeah. Okay. They have 4 cards in hand. They're either going to concede or pass back. Yeah, they concede. All right. So on to game 2. All right. Game 2 begins sideboarding. We just resubmit here. I don't think they're going to bring anything in. They might bring in Duress, but there's not really very much you want for them for the Duress. Previously, when we were only running Stream of Thought against them, you would need to sideboard, and I actually ran something called Night Soil, which is like the best like hate card against them, because it just stops both their main combo and their like aggro plan as well. And the effect is the activation cost. They can't even respond to it. Night Soil is very good against them. It's like the original Scavenging Ooze. Right, we're going to go Hickory Woodlot. We're going to go turn 2 Thornscape Familiar. We're going to go turn 2 an Archromancer into Thornscape Familiar. If we draw Manamorphose, we can actually go off on turn 2. Manamorphose or Rite of Flame. So we have 8 hits that allow us to go off on turn 2. Okay. Opponent has a much better start this time, so they could have a turn 3 here, which they will need if they want to win. All right, so we did not draw the card, but we can go a Necromancer into Thornscape and pass the turn. So no turn 2 this time. We needed to see a Rite of Flame or a Manamorphose to make that possible. They might have a turn 3 here. They already have a much better start, and they should go for it if they do. Yeah, they could probably turn 3 us here. So let's see. Let's see it. We have the big score, which can protect us from a Duress if they choose to take our Seething Song. They go... What are they doing now? Cycle again. So this is probably going to be Songs of the Dam if I had to guess. Giving them 7 mana, which is decent. Their Storm count's a little low as of now. But yeah, they decide not to go for it. They have Lotus Petal in hand? No, I guess they can't go for it. Well, they're almost definitely dead here. Okay, Seething Song, Glimpse, not casting the Anarchomancer yet. Okay, now we will cast the Anarchomancer. Well, I guess we still don't need to cast the Anarchomancer, right? Right, so Laughing Mad, discarding a Electric Ablation. Okay, now we will play one of our Goblin Archmancers. I'm not casting any of these Rite of Flames yet, because I would very much like to discard one first. We'll discard this Anarchomancer. And now we'll cast both of our Rite of Flames, or one of our Rite of Flames. Big score, discard this. All right, another Rite of Flame. Okay, there we go. Now we'll flash back our electric revelation, pitching a sandstone needle. Seething Song. Laughing Mad, discard sandstone needle. We're going to stream ourselves because I believe we got some things we want to bring back. So we're going to go blue, stream a thought targeting myself. And let's see if we have a good hit or a bad hit here. Really good hit, except for this Bitter Reunion. But again, like, this is better than a glimpse. All right, so Bitter Reunion, glimpse in this situation. Big score, right? No. Seething Song, big score, because I've already put a lot of mana back in. I've already cast a lot of mana, so I want to put another Seething Song back in so we don't fizzle to that. Okay. And now we can go Laughing Mad, discard this mountain. I could have Manamorphose first, but I don't think I want this mountain. We're going to go Glimpse. I'm going to go Manamorphose using this green to go red. I think our opponent's conceding. Oh, nope. Just a little bit of lag, I guess. Red. Seething Song. Big score. I didn't need to cast that Seething Song there, but I have to imagine that they're going to try and go for a turn 4. We're just like slightly faster on average than Cycle Storm. Okay, Glimpse. Rite of Flame. Glimpse. There's a Bitter Reunion. And discard this Nightscape Familiar. No response. Discard Nightscape Familiar. Then we're going to go Manamorphose. We're going to go red. Red and red. Alright. Laughing Mad, flashback to keep our stuff high in hand. And we're just trying to draw into our win con now. Big score, discard Crevice. You can draw more than half a deck. I could stream myself into it. I guess I'll stream myself into it to save some time. So I could if I mill into it, I'm not going to shuffle back. I'm just going to flash this back and then cast it. So stream myself. You milled into it. Okay. Just in case you run Fairy Macabre, I'm going to flash it back now. Okay, they're conceding. All right, we got there. Saving us some time with the Stream of Thought shortcut. All right, 3-0. 3 good matchups. Okay, now we'll go to the next one. I am hoping to finish this quickly. I am impressed with how fast this league has gone. Wow. It's nice when people know what's happening so they can concede. Some people, though, even when you have the stream loop, they try to time you, and it's like, I mean, sometimes that can happen. Like, if it's, like, for example, let's say I'm at 15 minutes in clock and it's game 2. Yeah, I could see a world in which something goes wrong and that it takes me really long to, like, win on game 2 or win on game 3. But you really only need about 5 minutes or less. Well, so I believe the fastest that I've milled someone out from, like, starting hand to milling them out has been 6 minutes. So it's hard to do. I had like 2 seconds left on my clock, but right, we can't keep this mulligan. I don't know what Samalam is on. We'll keep this. It has the big score. We're going to bottom a Laughing Mad, keeping 2 familiars in hand. Done. This is going to be, we're going to go for it on turn 4. We won the die roll, which is sweet. Hopefully this is not a blue deck. Well, it had to happen sometime, eh? So hopefully this is not a blue-black deck. So the reason why I really didn't want this to be a blue deck is because this hand needs this big score to resolve. Maybe they tap out here. No such luck, eh? Next turn. All right, yield till next end step. Next turn. Now we can't afford to cast this big score. The reason why is because they're not mono blue. Is because in addition to okay, there's a Hickory Woodlot. That's good. We can try for it next turn. Depending on what happens here. I do like to go off. Oh, wait. Turn off auto yields. Okay. If they tap out of this island, if they tap that island, I'm going to go big score. They're going to do this next turn. Okay, always yield. I don't want to go into a dispel. It's okay to do it on their end step. Now we are hitting pretty well here. So we're just going to keep passing it back, being patient, unfortunately. I was hoping to go fast, and then I guess the card gods heard me and said, oh, I heard you wanted a fast league, eh? Why? Why? Why, you crazy opponent? Okay, but, you know, sometimes people just want to do... Oh, wait, cancel. So we're actually going to discard this Seize the Storm. I was about to discard my Laughing Mad. That would have been wrong. I don't think they run main deck Fairy Macabre. So, and we actually have not very many, always yield. And we actually don't have very many, very much card draw in hand right now. So I want to prioritize this Laughing Mad. Discard Seize the Storm. We can flash this back. Okay, there we go. Next turn. So this, we're going to put a Nightscape Familiar and a Thornscape. Actually, we have Double Seething Song. Yeah, we can do that. Thornscape. Actually, it doesn't make sense to because... Yeah, no, never mind. That doesn't make any sense because we would need to cast the Anarchomancer in order to make that reduced anyway. Then we already have 3. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to go Laughing Mad, discard Tinder Farm. Uh-oh. Flashback Laughing Mad. Oh, wait. Cancel. Black. Nightscape Familiar. Flashback Laughing Mad, discarding the Hickory Woodlot. Okay, that's good. Seething Song. Big Score, discard Mountain. Big Score, discard Revelation. Electric Revelation, discard Rite of Flame. Pirates Pillage, discarding the Anarchomancer. Metamorphose, going red-red. So game 1's much easier. This is blue-red, which is like about 50-50 if I had to guess, based on like my experience with it. The problem with it is that this is like usually a player's pet deck. The people who play red-blue really like red-blue. We're not going to cast this Seething Song yet in case we're in a position where we have to discard it. We already have like 9 treasure tokens, so mana is not really an issue here. Discard this. Seething Song. But neither's cards in hand at the moment. Electric Revelation. Discard this. Land. I think our opponent's conceding here. Nope. Just wishful thinking. Alright, where are we? Okay, Laughing Mad. Discard Goblin and Archomancer. Uh-oh. We could be almost fizzling here. We'll discard this Geothermal Crevice. Yeah, so we kind of fizzled. We're just going to put a big ol' Seize the Storm and some FAMs on the board. So we're going to go green for an Anarchomancer. Black for a Nightscape Familiar. And hope that they don't run Bounce or something. Flashback. And we'll pay 1. And we have 2 cards in hand we can discard, so I will play the Sandstone Needle. Didn't really need to. It's only a 17/17, but... Is this a concession? Oh, they conceded. Alright, good. Good. They didn't have the Hydroblast, so this works. What now? So now what we want is to cut our Stream of Thoughts, right? Oh man, it's been a while since I played this one. So they're one of the ones that can leave stuff up, so it's kind of like, it's a slower matchup, so we have to cut our Rite of Flames. Which means I like leaving in Stream of Thought. So we could just go for the Stream win. It's just harder to do than the Seize the Storm win. So we bring in 4 Pyroblasts. Now we need to figure out what win con do we want. So we can cut this, bring in this, go up to 5, or we can cut this, and just do this. Wait, no. The issue with doing that is that you're planning on doing a slower game. Yeah, no, I don't like that, actually. I'm going to bring this in, this in, this in. Cut this, cut this. I really don't like doing this either, but it does let me bring in... I'd lose to multiple pieces of Grave Hate here as well, so it exposes me. But I can bring in this 5th Red Elemental Blast if I do this. However, I lose to double Relic, because I don't have really any way of beating that with the current configuration. So what is the better option then? So I could do this. I don't want to cut any of these because they run removal, but is 4 really enough? Because I could just leave the double stream, Seize the Storm, Bitter Reunion, which I really like. I don't want to cut any of these. Although I guess I could cut a Pirate's Pillage for the Bitter Reunion, and then bring in a Seize the Storm. What's happening? And that would give me the things. It gets me down a little bit on mana, but I want to leave in the Stream of Thought so I can shuffle back in these Seizing Songs. It also gives me an alternate win condition. Yeah, we'll run it like that. First time I actually boarded like this against them, I don't remember how I did it before. I know it was similar to this. I just played this matchup so rarely. You could bring in Protection. I don't. Because I feel like it dilutes the deck a little too much to have like 8 pieces. This is really good. So we're going to keep this. We're going to hope our opponent taps out again. I doubt it. I can't believe they tapped out there. That was crazy. And let's see here. We'll play the Hickory Woodlot, play Geothermal Crevice. Now, if they just go Island, I could go Thornscape Familiar. Because I doubt they have untapped red. Like, I think they run 2 mountains in that deck. So if they just go Island, I'll probably just go Thornscape Familiar. And if they bolt it, well, I have 2 backups here. Like if they do have the mountain, for example. Yeah, I'm just going to go Thornscape Familiar. All right, so Crevice, Thornscape Familiar. We drew a Pyroblast. We can go off next turn. All right, so yeah, there we go. And if they bolt it, they bolt it. Oh, they had the untapped red. I guess they think I have, what's it called? Oh, they have Breath Weapon. Okay, so we're going to go this, that. We're going to go red here. We have the Pyroblast, but they could get us here if they have double Hydro. All right, let's see. Do you have double Hydro? Cast. Or you could have been a little more patient here, which I think actually should have been, because we could have just left this on in response to their bolt, try something like this. Okay, no response. Let's see if they have the Hydro here. Yeah, they do. Oh, we don't have the ability to pay. All right, no response. It looks like they got us here. Okay, no response. No. And we don't have a second land. That's really unfortunate. All right, move to combat. Okay. Attack. So our opponent got us with a double blue. We could have waited. Arguably should have waited. Okay, so now they tap out. Yeah, oh well. But we ended up drawing this, which means that we can attempt. So that's really unfortunate that I went for it too early. So that was me lacking some patience. I already played a land, so I guess I'll sacrifice this. Go red. Big score. I'm just gonna move on to game 2. We're not getting through this. We're not. Oh, I guess I could have tried. No, I don't have Rite of Flames. That's right. We could have won that though, had I been just slightly more patient. The opponent may have tapped out again. Okay, yeah, I think we could have won that had I been slightly more patient. So I like how I've boarded here, I think. So submit deck. Or I could cut this, bring in a third stream, bring back in the Pirate's Pillage in order to make it less likely that I fizzle to mana. I think I like that more. We do lose to double piece of Grave Hate here. So that is something to be cognizant of. We're going to bring in the Pirate's Pillage. All right, and submit. It's really hard to play this deck while commenting. I mentioned, so it's, yeah. So it is what it is. I wasn't thinking about double blue all that much before I went for it. All right, yes. Can't keep this. We can keep this. We're going to need to bottom this Manamorphose, even though that's our only source of mana, or this big score, or this Laughing. We'll bottom the Laughing Mad. All right, done. And we'll play Hickory Woodlock. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Based on our opponent's hand, I really think we probably could have got them had I just been a slightly more patient. Because maybe they would have tapped one blue, and then we could have done something. So similar to last time, we're just going to go Thornscape Familiar here. Combat. And I hope they'll probably have the ability to go double blue. Let's see. There's a red. Oh, they have the removal for it. So, stum at me again. I can't believe they keep drawing the untapped mountain. They only run 2. Like, it's, well, usually they only run 2. They used to only run 2. So now we're in trouble. Our opponent had the untapped red source. I did not think they would. Because, again, they run, like, 2 of them. All right. So we might be out of this now. We need to draw some, so to get out of this, we need to draw some lands, and we need to draw some other things. Okay. Maybe they tap out here? No, they're not going to tap out. No response. We have double Pyro. Best draw will be Sandstone Needle at this point. I should have held this Thornscape Familiar because they did have the untapped mountain. I just really didn't think they would have it. The odds are so low that they would. Now, maybe they run more than 2 mountains. I doubt it, though. Normally, this deck runs, like, 2 mountains, and, like, because they have all the fixing they want for it. No response. I'll let them have a brainstorm. Now, we drew into another Nightscape Familiar, so that's okay. We're going to hope to draw into some more lands. That's very important here. Now, it's also arguable, well, they saw me play the Thornscape Familiar out earlier last turn, so maybe they had it in the other turn. Yeah, okay. There we go. Next turn. Still, we'll discard this Electric Revelation. Still no land. And we're just going to be patient here. All right, we'll just F6, because I don't think I'm going to be doing anything with this mountain. Discard the Revelation. They have 6 mana, so we're not getting them a mana today. We're just going to try and counter that and see if they want to tap out. Counter target spell if it's blue. I don't want them getting the Monarchy. Hopefully this is a counter spell. No, it's a Spell Pierce. No response. No. So they might have a Hydroblast in hand, but this is our window. So we're going to go Thornscape Familiar into Manamorphose. We don't really have the ability to play through anything. So we're in trouble if they have anything. We could play this and then be like, okay, let's go for it. But I think I'm just going to play this, have them get my Manamorphose and concede, because this is the time to go for it. Oh, they didn't have anything. Well, I don't. So now I need to draw a ritual because I don't actually have anything here. Red, red. All right, Glimpse. Okay, Sandstone Needle. So unfortunately, we didn't draw into a Seething Song. So we're going to probably lose this Thornscape Familiar now. We do have another Pyroblast, but that was our window. That was our window. So, I mean, whatever. We also have so many FAMs, we might be okay. But now that they have the Monarchy going on, we're in a little bit of trouble. We're going to go big score, leaving open Pyroblast. No, we're not. We're going to play this. We're going to do that on their end step. So that's what we'll do. All right, so we'll do that on their end step. They're going to leave open a lot of interaction, I would assume. But not the. I know it looks kind of bad from here, but this isn't actually all that bad. We had some opportunities. Game 2, I should have been a little more patient, because of, like, our opponent has all these beefy cards. They were kind of likely to tap low. I just needed to be slightly more patient. And they didn't have any interaction last turn, so we're just going to hope that they don't. All right, declare blockers, none. Okay. They've killed 2 of our FAMs, which is unfortunate. They go another terror, so I only have like 3 things in hand now. So the question is, do I want to sacrifice my my spawns here? I think I do, because I would like to leave open this this Pyroblast. Big score. We're going to discard this Electric Revelation, and we'll see if they do anything. Right, counter spell will Pyroblast. Now the problem, is that if they counter this back, we're only going to have 2 cards in hand, and we need to draw a fam. All right, no response. Do we draw into another fam? We don't. So we need to hit another fam off the top here. Okay, so this, sacrifice everything. We still have a shot, but we would need to hit a fam and a Seething Song. So Glimpse using the black and the green. We didn't hit. Now we're not dead yet. We're going to sacrifice both of these treasure tokens. We're going to go down to 1. We're dead to a Lightning Bolt, though. And we're going to discard this Tinder Farm. There is our fam that we needed. We could Red Elemental Blast this to give us a better shot of surviving. We could also not play this Hickory Woodlot and play this Sandstone Needle. But we need cards in hand to discard, so I'm actually just going to do this. And if they have another Lightning Bolt, they have another Lightning Bolt, which they probably do. So let's see what they do here. They tap out for a draw 3, I'd imagine. We're going to need to counter this. All right, red Elemental Blast, cast, counter target spell if it's blue. They likely just drew that. They're going to get in now, and we're going to chump, declare blockers, chump here, okie doke, go down to 1. I suppose they didn't have to counter that, now that I think about it. So if they have anything at all, we're dead, and I'm glad I countered that because, oh wait, no, we're just dead. We don't actually have the ability to do anything here. Because if I go Goblin and Archimancer, yeah, no, we're dead. Unfortunate. So we are now 3-1, losing against you, Red. However, I don't think that's that bad of a matchup. I still stand by that. It's about 50-50. So it depends if you consider 50-50 to be good or bad. But for this deck against the U-Red thing, it's okay. We had some outs. Game 2, I should have been a little more patient. What we needed to hit off the top there was the Seething Song, and we didn't hit it. Or we needed to hit more land drops earlier in order to be fine. We missed a lot of land drops going forward. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way for us to win there because it would cost. We needed 2 more mana in order to start chaining with our familiars. I think had I not been recording, I would have won that. Because game 2, it was fairly obvious that they had double blue interaction open. And because I had those additional fams, I did not actually need to go for it there. What I could have done was waited for a better window. And if our opponent tapped out for 4 like they did game 1, then we would have just crushed them. I doubt that would have happened though, although it is possible that they would have tapped out and just left open like a Hydroblast. Or that I could have just played that land that I drew that turn, and that would have given me an additional red mana in which to counter them with. I needed to be a little more patient there, but I just really, really didn't want to be patient. And that is how you play against blue decks. You play very patiently, which I didn't do that game. But you could see that we did have outs. It didn't seem like that bad of a matchup, honestly. Yeah. In fact, I think our opponent was on their back foot a little bit. We just didn't hit what we needed to hit. Now, another option for sideboarding would have been to leave in the Season Storm Bitter Reunion and go no Stream of Thought, no Nightscape, cut 1 in Archimancer, cut 1 Nightscape. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cut the Tinder Farm for the 5th. I just don't really like that against that type of matchup. But based on what I saw of our opponent game 2 and 3, I think there were lines we could have taken that would have gotten us there. But those, well, less so on, but that would have required me to not have played out my Thornscape Familiar on turn 2. I was just like, there's no way that you've drawn your like one of your two mountains like in your opener both 2 games in a row. I just did not think that was likely. So we're gonna mulligan again, and we're gonna keep, and we're gonna bottom this Laughing Mad. Done. However, the downside to that is it's like, well, if they do have it, you're in trouble. So this is probably a good matchup. I like if they don't run like we can play through removal pretty well, particularly with 10 familiars. What is this? Why is there blue? Oh, it's the other thing. Can they just kill us next turn? They might be able to kill us next turn. That's unfortunate. I don't... They have snaps, but I am going to go Manamorphose. Should I go Manamorphose here? Because this is also a ritual. But adds 1, this adds 2, so it's actually better to cast it now. They do have snaps in that deck. We have to really hope that they don't have the red, this like the natural combo, and that they can't turn to us. We're going to play this Thornscape Familiar. I don't know if I should play the Sandstone Needle, or is this Geothermal Crevice? The Geothermal Crevice would allow us to play another Fam off the top, so I will play the Crevice. And if they leave open mana, I will probably still... They have a lot of dispels and such. This might be a rough matchup for us. We need to bring... Okay, they tap green. They go Guac. And do they have the combo? Did it just naturally draw it? Maybe. Yeah, they just naturally drew it. So we're going to move on to game 2. This might be a 3-2 league now, unfortunately. I don't know how good this matchup's going to be because they are a blue deck. But, you know, that's fine. I also I don't really like this style of deck. It just doesn't seem very fun to me to play, really. Because what are you really doing there? Nothing. You're just letting the deck do the work. But, I mean, if you don't really want to think too much, then I suppose that's a fine deck to play. That's me being a little salty, I suppose. What am I doing now? What am I doing now? So I need to bring in these Pyroblasts. I need to also change this to the Stream of Thought win con. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. And we need to leave in these Rite of Flames as well. So we're going to get rid of that. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't think that... Now, they don't run removal, really. They might run Hydroblasts, but I doubt it. So we'll bring in our 4 copies of Pyro because we cannot take out our Rite of Flame against a fast combo deck. I'm bringing the Stream win con because I strongly suspect they run Weather the Storm. But I don't know if they do. So this might be wrong. So running 4 Pyros. This is fine. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So this deck seems to be kind of similar to Brood Scale. Now, I could have brought... this is a very bad hand. Now, I could have brought in, it was almost keepable, sure. Now, no card draw here, so also not very good. Now, I could have brought in, what's it called? Siege Smash, as that is an uncountable way to beat their combo. Uncountable and unrespondable. But it's like we want to run 1 Siege Smash, so why bother? Okay, next turn. Sandstone Needle. We are going to need to either go Rite of Flame into Glimpse or just double Sandstone Needle Glimpse if they tap out here. Do they just... Okay, good. So they do that. I could just go Glimpse and then hope they don't have the Hydro. I don't really know what this deck runs. I think they're mostly a Dispel deck. I'm just going to go for this and hope they think that I have like a Pyro in hand because we need to hit some green mana here. Let's see. Do you have the Hydroblast? They do. All right. Spell Pierce. Wow. Okay. No, so we should have cast Rite of Flame into it. I was not considering Spell Pierce there. This overall not playing very well this league. Playing it really poorly. I remember I gave some commenting to Kali Kai's the other day, and that was like our only card draw. Wow, that was so dumb of me. Oh, I shouldn't have even have cast that to try and get the green mana because I have no card draw in hand now. So that was really dumb. Again, playing poorly. I did not look at my hand. I was just like talking. Because now we don't have card draw. And our opponent is doing things. They might have Counterspell Magic up. They probably do. That deck is like mostly Counterspell Magic. Maybe I should have cast a Thornscape Familiar there. Not really. So I feel like we're in trouble now. We should have held this Glimpse. Losing it to a Spell Pierce was brutal. But again, not playing very well. We're just going to let our opponent... our opponent's probably going to get us with this, with this deck. I really don't like Coco decks. What I call Coco decks are like, oh, we have this card, and this card. They go together, we win the game. And we'll just run protection and stuff to like protect it. I just don't think it's very skill intensive. And I like to be tested when I'm playing things. Next turn. So we're gonna play this Thornscape Familiar and see what happens. They do have the counterspell. Oh no, okay. Yield to all. I guess I should have just played the Narcomancer there. Right, combat. We're going to pass the turn back because we're not trying to go for it here. This is just me playing it earlier. I could have tried to, though, because they were clearly having the thing. And the question is, how much interaction do they have now? They have 9 cards in hand. I know they're mostly interaction and card draw. So there's the thing. This is one of the things I like about this deck, is that it tells us, that I like about playing against this deck, is that it tells us when it's time to go off. So they have multiple pieces of interaction, probably. We're going to discard this Rite of Flame. Let's see if they counter. They don't. Okay, next turn. We're going to sacrifice this Sandstone Needle. We're going to lead on this Manamorphose, see if they want to counter this. Okay, we're going to go red and red. Okay, green. A Narcomancer. And we'll go another... we'll go Seething Song. See if they want to counter that. I should have played the Narcomancer here. That was a mistake. Oh, sure, I'll pay 2. No response. Yes. Red and red. Let's see if they have the Dispel now. They don't. All right, so we're going to play this Goblin and Archomancer. Looks like they've run out of interaction. And Laughing Mad, discard this Geothermal Crevice. It could be they just cast a Spell Pierce to make our Seething Songs worse, and now we've drawn a Power Blast, so I'm feeling pretty safe. So this... I want to keep my cards in hand high. Discard the Crevice, because I might need to cast this Pyroblast. Some players like to sandbag stuff, which is a risky strategy, but it could definitely pan out. And then we're going to go Manamorphose. We're going to go red, red. Red and red. And now we're going to go Electric Revelation, discarding this mountain. We do have the Pyroblast to stop a Retraction Helix. And here is a Stream of Thought. That would leave us with 4 mana floating. I don't have too much I want to shuffle back in. I'm going to lead on this Glimpse. I would like to hit some more mana. That is more mana, so I am going to stream myself now. All right, blue, stream cast, target myself. Pretty good. I would have liked to hit that Seething Song, though. So Glimpse, Glimpse, Seething Song, and a Big Score. Okay, so we're putting 2 pieces of mana back into the deck. And I don't think our opponent runs Hydroblast anymore. Big Score, we're going to discard this Goblin and Archomancer. We're going to go Glimpse. There we go. We're going to go red, and we're going to go Manamorphose, going red, red. Manamorphose, red, red, and red. What's happening? There we go. That's a Rite of Flame that I would actually like to cast. But first, I'm going to go Laughing Mad, discarding this Thornscape Familiar. And eventually, I'll start discarding these Pyroblasts, which might be what our opponent's waiting for. Okay, Laughing Mad from the graveyard now, discarding the Hickory Woodlot. Seething Song. All right, so we've probably won this. We're going to discard one of these Pyroblasts. I think we only need 2. Seething Song, which I arguably should have held. Manamorphose, we're going to go red, red. Red. And I don't need this Rite of Flame anymore, so we're still going to discard one of these Pyroblasts. Because if they had something, they would have had something. Then we're going to... do I want to stream myself? I don't think I do. And the reason why I don't is because I would like to get something... Okay, so I am going to stream myself, and I probably should have before. Because I would like to get another Pyroblast into exile. Okay, so stream. Oh, wait, I cut my... Oh, they have Weather the Storm up. This is going to be great. I forgot that I cut my thing. So we go Stream of Thought here. I should have streamed myself earlier. That was a mistake. We're going to put back in 1, 2, 3 Seething Songs, 4th Seething Song. So 1 Seething Song. Glimpse. And where are my other glimpses? No more glimpses, so where are my big scores? No more big score, so I guess Manamorphose. Oh, wait, no, there's one big score. And big score. Okay, there we go. So Seething Song, stream, big score, glimpse, Seething Song. Okay. And now we can go big score, pitching this Laughing Mad because I actually cancel. Do I want to shuffle in some Manamorphose? I think I do. So I'm going to go blue. I'm going to stream them now. Cast target you. So it looks like they brought in their weathers. So Stream of Thought, because I don't run any Storm cards in this deck. Ironically, Manamorphose, Manamorphose, Manamorphose. Okie doke. And now Electric Revelation. We're going to pitch this Laughing Mad. Glimpse. Another Glimpse. Pirate's Pillage, discard the Pyroblast, because we have another one in exile finally. And then we can go and then we can go another Glimpse. No, we'll go Pirate's Pillage and actually cancel. We're going to go Manamorphose, and we're going to go red-blue. Manamorphose, red and blue. There's our other stream. We're going to go stream you again. I don't need to stream myself anymore. Now, you could say just go straight to the combo. I can already draw my whole deck, so there's no point. In fact, it's better not to. Let's just get the show on the road and start, killing our opponent to save time. And double glimpse into Manamorphose. Okay. I'm going to stream them again. Blue. Stream you again. Cast. Yeah, yes. I have enough to draw my whole deck. The loop is infinite. Okay, they know the loop's infinite. I don't have to tell them. Okay, so we go to begin sideboarding. So even though I wasn't at 0 cards in library, I have enough to draw my whole deck. So I'm like functionally at 0 cards in library. And it also lets me perhaps get more treasure tokens onto the battlefield. We will submit this here. Now, being on the whatever is going to be harder. We could bait them and switch back into the Seize the Storm combo, because they definitely run Weather. I wonder if they run Grave Hate. If they do run Grave Hate, we might need to be a little different here. But again, I don't want to get rid of my Rite of Flames because this is a Mulligan. Okay, much better keep bottom, Crevice, because this is a matchup that can be very fast. So similar to like what I do against Yufei or something like that, whatever it's called. So it looks like this deck is becoming pretty good, because I am currently 3-1. Arguably I could have played better to be like whatever. Okay, there is that. So we're going to play this Sandstone Needle and hope that they tap out on the previous turn so we can play through a Spell Pierce, which they seem to absolutely love Spell Pierces. I wonder why. I feel like Dispel might be better for them. All right, next turn. And play the Crab. I could play the Narcomancer now, but I don't want to, because I am hoping that they... Come on. Because I'm hoping that they tap out for like a Perilous Research, which I... How much does Perilous Research cost again? 2? Or is it 3? It is 2. Okay, so there we go. Now we can get big score, and we can discard this Electric Revelation. And now we're going to go for it next turn. Or maybe not. Like, they do have a lot of card draw, so it's arguably might be good. We do need to discard things, so the Sandstone Needle's not that great. Yeah, we're going for it next turn. Hopefully they don't have Hydroblast. Impulse, no response. I was born like a star whose light went out years ago. That's one of the lyrics from The Spirit of the Golden Juice. I love that. Okay, so they probably have actual factual counterspell. What's basic? They probably have actual factual counterspell, eh? So here's what I'm going to do. Should I respect the off chance they actually have a counterspell? Because counterspell is not the best in their deck. I think I will. I'll play this Sandstone Needle. They haven't played the Devoted Druid yet, and when I play this Mountain next turn, I can discard a Seething Song in order to fill my hand up. The reason why I didn't go for it there is, again, they could have actual factual Counterspell or even Hydroblast. And again, if they do want to go for it, they have to cast their Devoted Druid. The thing has Summoning Sickness. All right. And I would like to get a Pyroblast or something up here. If they go for another Perilous Research, do I go for it again? I might. What's happening here? What are they tapping? Again, if they play the Devoted Druid, we're forced to go for it. Next turn. Right, play this Mountain. Okay, combat. Alright, so we're going to go for the Goblet, and we still can't really go for it because of the actual factual counterspell. So we'd like to draw into a Pyroblast. Now, if they didn't have counterspell, we probably would have won. So maybe I'm being a little too cautious. All right, so here's a Devoted Druid. Yeah, so there's a Nickel Wellspring. I'm not going to do this in response because I'd like them to perhaps tap out a little more. All right, so we're going to flash back our big score now. I mean, not our big score, our Electric Revelation. And we're going to discard this Seething Song, hoping to draw into a Pyroblast. If they go Spell Pierce, do we pay? I think so. Yeah, they do. We'll pay using our Sandstone Needle. Yield to all. Yes. Yes, we have enough mana. I want to draw into a Pyroblast. We did not. Next turn. Opponent's discarding. We still have not seen a Pyroblast. We run 4 here, right? Only 4? Usually I would run more than that. I wonder if they have Fairy Macabre. I did not consider that. Maybe I should have brought in the thing. So we're going to lead. We are just going to go for it now. I feel like it's time. I just realized I'm giving my opponent time to draw into multiple copies of Grave Hate. Let's see if they tap out here. If they do tap out, we have multiple Seething Songs. Okay. Oh, Hydroblast. So they do run Hydroblast. I didn't think they did. Okay. No response. We'll just play the Sandstone Needle then. And we'll pass the turn. I was not expecting Hydroblast. I probably should have been. Okay. So I think we might be in a little bit of trouble here. We did not see any of our Pyros. That much is for certain. Okay, so they're going to go their Devoted Druid now, I imagine. Yeah, there's a Devoted Druid. We need to hit a Pyroblast or something to protect our spells. Yeah, so this, and this. I could lead on the Manamorphose. I guess I will, because I don't mind that one getting countered. So red, black. We're just going to go red, red here. If they Spell Pierce, we still pay, I guess. Red, red. Yeah, maybe I waited a little too long to give them more time. I probably should have tried to go for this much earlier. So I'm going to go Glimpse here, using one of these, 1 and 2. Let's see if they have another Hydroblast. Because we let them draw so many cards that we probably might be out of it. Right, now we can play the Thornscape Familiar. We have a lot of stuff available. So now we can go Rite of Flame. We have a lot of card draw, so I don't mind using this, and this gives us a little more utility here. So because of that, should we lead on the Seething Song? I think we will. Seething Song. Let's see. Do you have another Hydroblast? Dispel. Right, white. Seething Song. And they have another one. Yeah, so we waited too long to go off there. I'm going to send my GGs. Yeah, waited too long to go off. Should have tried for it a lot earlier. Wasn't really, we just gave our opponent more time to draw cards. So I'm really disappointing 3 and 2. But I think either of the games we lost could have gone a different direction had we played better. Because we played fairly poorly this game. So what do we do now? I think the deck's great. I really like it. Played pretty horribly this league, to be honest. But, you know, that's what happens. Play poorly and you lose. I really think I should have won both of those games that I lost had I played better. But anyway, the trick was, what I should have done is I should have gone off the turn I said I was going to go off on. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, so that was a league. Sorry for the disappointing finish. I haven't been playing, like, well at all recently, and that's because I have so much going on right now. Like, Magic is no longer occupying my waking thoughts. So it's just not something that I've been prioritizing. But I have prioritized making the videos. So I'm glad that I managed to get this video out. I do think I should have won that last game and that last match and the match before it. There were a lot of lines that would have been better than what I did. But in order to like get to the point where you can actually like find the right line, you need to play this deck so much, and against those things. Like I was just letting for example, like let's look at that previous game. I was letting my opponent draw this way too many cards. There was no way I was going to like play through all of them. I should have just cast that on Archomancer instead of playing that Sandstone Needle and then playing through it. And that's actually something similar happened to me when I was playing in the challenge. I was 4-0 going into the 5th round, defeating 2 U tears and 1 UB tear matchup, which is like really against good players too. And then I was up against this control deck, and I had multiple options of going off earlier, and I said, no, like, I'll just let him go. And they ended up drawing, like, more than half their deck, and then I lost because of that. So that's something you need to consider. Like, you can be too patient, and I was definitely too patient there. I think the deck's really good. I think it's really strong as well. It's just me not. I just didn't pilot it very well during this league, and that's fine. Like, commenting and playing is really hard. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna try and get this one uploaded today for your viewing pleasure. I played really poorly this league, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because by doing the wrong thing, you can see why it's the wrong thing, and you can learn from it. Now, these are all lessons that I have learned before, but I haven't, like the last time I played this deck was about a month ago. So it's like, again, I need to get back into practice again. Oh, wait, no, was it a month ago? No, I played it like, I played it once. Oh no, that was the other one. That was Turbo Party. Never mind. Yeah, so it's been so it's been a while. I need to get some. So I need to get if I want to play this deck at, like, for example, let's say you wanted to bring this deck to a tournament, like a high level tournament. You will need to play it before going to that tournament every day, just to get yourself into the like high level of plays that are required for this deck to like win against its bad matchups. It's very easy to win against the good matchups. Against the bad matchups, it's difficult. If I had to give myself like a odds percentage, I don't know about that pizza deck, but it feels like it's actually slightly favorable for me when you play well. But I'm not sure because they do run a lot of interaction and cards like Hydro. It's just that they tap out a lot, and you could get there. I'm not 100% convinced of my sideboard either with the Tinder Farm thing. It could be I maybe should not be running the Rite of Flames and should go for the heavier Pyroblast package, and maybe even bring in Siege Smash as a possibility. I'm surprised they put in Moment's Peace for us. But anyway, yeah. So what was I talking about? Yeah, because yeah, that's how you get to the level where you can actually like play through the worst matchups. Now, even at the highest level of play, I would probably say, like when you're playing this deck perfectly, I would say here are your. I would say you Terror is a favorable matchup when you play like perfectly. I would say you're over 50. How much over 50? I don't know, but I know when I was playing this deck really well, I was winning most of my U Terror matchups. UB Terror, I think the best you can hope for is 50-50. That seemed to be about what I was getting when I was playing this, when I was playing perfectly with it. And UB Fae is much harder because they have an earlier start in ninjas. For that, as I said previously, I think the best you could hope for would be about 40% win rate against them. They just have too much going on. But well, of course, that's UB Fae without the enchantment. I forget what it's called, like the faster version of it. The slower version is actually, I think, even better than UB Terror, at least based on my record against it. What's the other bad matchup? Ninja, like you Ninja, slightly worse than you Terror, but I'd still say like slightly favorable for you based on my like matches against it. Again, I don't write any of this down. This is all just impressions. And those are really the only bad matchups of the decks that run blue. It's not. It's pretty easy to play around most removal. I have played around, like Krauk Clan. I put like I've played around Krauk plus Breath plus like Cast Down Galv Blast before. Now I had an exceptionally strong like series of draws to do that. Actually, that's not true. I lost to the final cast down, but I did play through. But I would have been fine had they not had it because I would have had two FAMs left over. But I did play through Krauk, Breath Weapon. No, wait. I did play through Krauk, Breath Weapon, Cast Down, and then it was the Galv Blast that put me down to only having one FAM, which is when I lost that one. But like you can play. What I'm trying to say is you can play through just mass amounts of removal with this deck, and I've been really enjoying the 10 FAM build of it as well. I think is quite strong, really strong. And I don't think the 3 and 2 is quite reflective of that because you have to keep in mind when you're playing and recording, you're not playing as well. And this is a deck that rewards playing it very, very well. Like if you play it poorly or even like subparly, you could easily like lose all, like go 0-4 when it was possible to go 4-1. Like it's that much of a swing. Anyway, that is the league. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you for the next video.